Hello, I'm Eric Parody, and I'm Vice President of Merchandising at Rona, overseeing the wood products and building materials category. So in that role, I oversee all of the purchasing, the choice of our suppliers, and the choice of products and the way we sell them in our stores. FSC certified wood means that the forest it comes from is properly managed, will be able to sustain life of the people in and around it, and to be able to sustain its own life for generations. Rona's management decided to give a preference to FSC. As I said, we're an ethical company, which our constituents, our customers, our people, our employees are very important to us. So we saw this very similar values into FSC, where they were taking into account the very broad spectrum of what forestry is about and what forest is about. So that was one. And the second one is that our customers and employees, they do live in Canada. And Canada and forest goes together. We're in Stockyard here in downtown Toronto, but very rapidly do you drive north of here and you will be in forest. And a lot of our customers do use the forest. So for us, FSC's values were very similar to ours, and they were very strict and rigid, just the way we want to carry on our business. So we found a lot of similarities, and it was a natural for us to support the very demanding FSC certification. We lobbied very heavily our suppliers in saying we insist on you supplying us with wood from certified forest, and we give a preference to FSC. So we really put together a policy, and we obeyed by it, and we acted on it. Essentially two things. Our laws are pretty strict and pretty vigorous, you're right, but also it's the recognition and the understanding of people knowing. So FSC is a third-party independent, so having them or obeying by their rules mean that ours are strong enough, are good enough to protect our forests. So I think they're also adding on to forestry all of the social aspect that was not treated in traditional forestry, as it was the trees and the forest. Now it's more treated as an ecosystem of its own. So I think that's where FSC contributes the most to Canadian forestry. Forestry, as we've known it, with very large shipment of basic material, that model is going away for economic reasons, as I said, and people have to add value. And I can talk about what I know best, which is my area where I'm from in the Quebec, where 60% of the hardwood sawmills are now closed that were opened 10 years ago, and just about half of the softwood sawmill. So those industries have to reorganize, add value regionally, and instead of just pushing out products, they have to push out finished products and add value locally. And we are working with some of our suppliers to buy such things as FSC certified panels, for example, that we used to buy from foreign countries. So if we do a life cycle analysis of those, it is much better to get them from Quebec or from Ontario than it is to get it from South America. We're in our Stockyard store here in Toronto, and what's special about Stockyard and 5 other of our stores in Ontario is that all of its framing wood here comes from FSC certified forests. So we've got a piece of 2x4 here that comes from our supplier Tembec. You can see the logo and the name. You can see the FSC certification with the code name on it, and that's the one you refer to. That's what we call the eco label. And this is, to us, the only proof we can give to customers that when they buy an FSC certified product, that this piece of wood, because even if we write it on posters and we write it in our stores, the stamp on the piece of wood is a proof, and then they can track it all the way to the forest that it was cut. Well, their logo is very simple. It's basically a checked tree, meaning that tree's been checked and is okay and has been harvested properly. And the forest in which it's been harvested will sustain itself and will be able to grow, and new trees will go at its place, and the life cycle will be respected. Well, very simply, look for the logo. Look for stores that do sell FSC certified products. Look for eco labels on the wood products you buy, and buying FSC certified products, you will know this is actually, you're the only ones who can make that choice and make that decision. By supporting FSC and responsible forestry, you are making a difference when you build a deck, when you build your house, when you do renovations, and that's the way everybody can make a difference, one buy at a time.